Previously on
That's so Kyra.
Everyone deserves a second chance no matter what. Astrology has nothing to do with your behavior, or it's not an excuse for your behavior. Expecting your man to pay for everything is ridiculous.
Hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. For all of my returning viewers, it is so nice to see you all here again. But for all of my new people, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Shakira, and welcome to my channel. As you can see by the title of today's video, I'm going to be ruffling a few feathers. We're going to be having a discussion on some of the things that I feel are wrong with the older generations. I might be stepping on some toes, coming at some necks, but you know, I don't intend to offend anybody, but we keep it 8 more than 92 over here on this channel. If nobody else is going to say it, I'm going to say it. But before we get into that, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that little bell notification button that's right next to the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any videos like these whenever I post. And without further ado, let's get right on into the video. First topic. Thinking college is the only path to success. Anybody out there watching right now, if you're in high school or just and you're trying to figure out what you want to do with your life and you don't know if you want to go to school, if you're not sure, weigh your options, please. Please weigh options. Don't just go to college because your parents wanted you to go to college. Some billionaires all over the world have not stepped foot in a university and they're billionaires. But you have some people that have spent $90,000 on schooling, $90,000 plus in debt, and they're working dead in a job. So no, you don't need college to be successful. And y'all need to stop putting pressure on college anyway, because a lot of these people that have these college degrees are stupid. A bunch of educated dummies. College is not for everybody. College is not the only path to success. And yeah, you can be successful without you can be successful without a high school degree. You can be successful without a college degree. So please, if you feel like college is not for you, don't go. Get that lame old school tradition out of your head. There's people making millions and billions of dollars purely off of skill. Purely off of being themselves. Had nothing to do with any education, wasn't taught, wasn't nothing. Well, wasn't taught by a professor, nothing. So no, college is not the only way. There's millions and millions of ways to make millions and billions of dollars out here. It's 2023. Please don't feel pressured to go to college. Next topic. Not everyone wants to have a traditional family. If you are a single mom, a single dad, whatever, you don't have the husband, the wife, the white picket fence, the dog, the kids, the nice. You don't have that. That is fine. You are doing just fine. You are successful all on your own. You made all of this happen without any there's nothing wrong with not having a traditional family as long as your children is taken care of for, you're taken care of for, the needs are met, they have a nice place to sleep, they have food, they have clothes, as long as the needs are met and the kids are happy, you don't need to be married. Some people don't want a family. They don't want a traditional family. They don't want to be married. They don't want kids. Okay, and they don't have to. Which goes to my next point, topic number 3, with the older generation thinking that for women that your main goal should be to get married or to have kids, or that should be your biggest accomplishment, to get married or to have kids. Some women don't want to be married. Some women don't want to have kids, and that's okay. That doesn't make them any less of a woman. That doesn't make them any less successful. If you don't have kids, you're not accomplished in life as a woman. If you're not married, you're not accomplished in life as a woman. Oh, what is wrong, honey? Oh no, you still not pregnant? You still not married? Oh no, honey, when I was your age,
I was on my 6th child and my 4th marriage. Oh, yes, the men loved me, honey. Birth and having children and being someone's wife should be your number one goal. Well, excuse me, but some of us women don't want to just be known because of who our man is, because we have a man's last name. Oh, that's such and such wife. I want to make a name for myself before I get attached to some man's name. And for the women that are like that, there's nothing wrong with that. But some women don't want that. They want to make a name for themselves. They want to make a life for themselves before the marriage, before kids. Y'all put so much pressure on women to have kids. Kids are a lot of work. The reason that y'all was able to have kids is because y'all was sitting at home all day. You ain't have nothing else to do. So you popping out babies. Some women have full-time jobs. They have businesses they're trying to start. They have careers, things they're trying to make a name for themselves, build a platform for themselves. So they don't have time for kids. They want to travel the world. They want to live their best life. And yeah, kids are cute. But they get in the way sometimes. Yes, they do. Yeah, kids are cute. I want some in the future, but kids are not as easy. They're not just all cute and cuddly. And they're a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of commitment. And some people, they don't have time for that. And that's okay. Would you rather them not have kids than to be forced to have kids and not take care of them because they didn't really want them? There's nothing wrong with not wanting kids. There's nothing wrong with not wanting to be married. You can be accomplished and successful not having no marriage, not being attached to no man, not being attached to no kid. Oh, that's such and such wife. Oh, that's such and such mom. No, they want to be known for themselves. And there's nothing wrong with it. Next topic. Not everything is disrespectful. Just because I don't agree with what you're saying, which I have every right to not agree with what you're saying, does not mean I'm disrespecting you. Just because I'm correcting you on a situation or on a topic or whatever that you're blatantly wrong about does not mean I'm being disrespectful. You disrespectful young lady. I can't believe that you would correct me even though I'm 100% in the wrong. How dare you disrespect me that way? Even though I'm 100% in the wrong, you have no right to question anything I do or say. I am the adult. I have been on this earth for 57 years. I am never wrong. Y'all think anything that goes against what you're saying is disrespectful. Why? Because you can be wrong. You can be wrong. So anything that goes against anything that you say, you think, you believe, is disrespectful. You're disrespectful. Disrespectful. Because I don't believe in the same things you believe. What? You deem every opposition as disrespect. And then that's the thing, y'all know that we not wrong. Y'all know that we be telling y'all the truth, but y'all don't want to hear it. Because like I said, y'all can't be wrong. But y'all know that we be telling the truth. Y'all know we be disrespectful. Okay, sure. Cool story. We'll stick with that. Next topic. Living vicariously through your kids. Stop it. Just because your marriage did not turn out the way you thought it was going to does not mean you get to try to control your daughter's marriage or your son's marriage. Just because your kids don't have a great relationship with you does not mean you get to try to control the relationship between your children and grandchildren. You do not get to control that narrative just because your fairy tale that you thought you were going to have did not pan out that way. You feel as though you missed your mark. Now you're going to try to relive those moments through your children and through your children's children. You had your time. If you didn't seize the opportunities that were presented to you, that is on you. If you didn't take charge of your life and your future, and you feel as though it's too late for you, that is on you. These people have their own lives to create. They have their own callings from God, and they have their own paths and their own lives that they need to live. Stop trying to run the show because you felt as though you missed your mark. Stop. Next topic. Kicking your kids out when they become of age. And y'all want to say, oh, well, when I was 18, I had my own place and I moved out at this age and you didn't move out. You got kicked out because you was doing drugs and your parents said, nah, not in here. You didn't move out at 18. You got kicked out because you had a kid. You didn't move out. You had no choice. So why are you kicking your kids out? You want to make it seem like,
oh, you had it all figured out. And even if you did have it all figured out, what was that, 30, 40 years ago? Rent was like $150 a month. So of course, you was able to generate that. Rent like $1,300 now for a 1 bedroom in the hood. You want government aid? You paying like $30. Hello? Not everybody has that luxury. That was 30, 40, 50 years ago. You want to talk about somebody not having it together? These prices right now are absurd. And it's way harder to get things together now than it was back then. Yeah, we have technology and all this stuff, but the requirements and the stakes are way higher now. So, your kids are still kids. Yeah, they turn 18, they're legal adults by the government, but they're still kids. They're still teenagers, they're still learning. They just got out of high school. And you, get out of my house. What? Help them. You got kicked out because you wasn't respecting your parents' rules. That's why you moved out at 18. Because your parents said you could no longer stay here because you didn't know how to act. Not just because, you turned 18. You got out because you didn't know how to act. So, stop trying to make it seem like, when you 18, you gotta go. Like I said, everything was cheaper back then. So, of course you was able to make it, even if you were established, okay? Stuff was way cheaper back then. I'm sure you were. If the stuff was the same prices as they are now, as they were back then right now, everybody would have their own place. Everybody would have a car. Come on now, be for real. Be for real. Next topic. Still treating your grown children like they're 7. Some of your kids have moved out. They live on their own. They pay their own bills. Some of your children have children, and you're still treating them like you did when they were 7 years old. You're mean to them. You reprimand them. They're adults. They pay bills. And you sit there and you treat them like a child as if they're not an adult. Yes, they're your child, of course. By DNA specific, yes, of course, they're your child. But they're not a child. They're an adult, and they deserve to be treated as such. But you still deem everything that they do, if they have if they disagree with you, which goes back to one of my other points, they disagree with you, you're being disrespectful, and you're, after all I've done. Bro, they're an adult. They have the right to speak up for themselves. They have the right to, what you call talking back. There's a difference between talking back and defending your case, speaking up for yourself. There's a difference. There's a difference between talking back and defending your case. There's a difference. But y'all don't want to hear. Y'all, any kind of opposition is disrespecting your eyes. And you wonder why your children don't want to be around you. Oh, my kids never call me. My kids never come to my house for Sunday dinner. My kids never, my birthday come around, Mother's Day, holidays, different stuff. Yeah, they don't come around me. They act like they don't love me. Look at how you're treating them. You treat them like children in front of their children. What? And you think they're gonna want to be around that? You really think that they're gonna want to be around you and around that environment? Who would want to be around that? That belittling behavior. Who would want to be around that? Yes, of course, they're still supposed to honor you and respect you because you are their mother. You are still their father. However, they're not 8 years old. They're an adult. They're a grown-up. You can't expect them to want to be around you and you're not treating them like their age. Oh, they don't talk to me. I wonder why. If I'm 30, 40 years old, got my own place, I'm married with my own kids, and my mother was to talk to me like I'm 10 years old, I wouldn't want to be around that. What? And I have a 10-year-old myself, and my mom's talking to me like I'm a 10-year-old, and I have a 10-year-old myself, I have kids myself? You think I would want to be around that? No. So why would your kids want to be around that? Be for real. Didn't you want to... They don't love me. Because you're mean to them. You don't know how to treat them. Next topic. Stop expecting your kids to mend a relationship that you messed up. You are the parent. You're the parent, right? said, it goes back to my point. You want to treat your kids like they're still children. You're the adult, right? You're the parents. So you need to be in charge of mending the relationships with your children, especially the ones that you messed up. But then when it comes to that, then you want to, well, they're an adult too. They played a part in it too. Oh, now they're an adult. Now you consider them an adult when there's blame to be pointed at. When there's blame to take, when there's fingers to be pointed, now you want, oh, they're an adult. They're an adult. They had just as much to do with this as I did. Now you want to give them the title of being an adult because you don't want to have to share the blame. You don't want to have to take the blame. Now they're an adult. Got it. You're supposed to be in charge of having relationships with your children. You know how these parents can be. These parents, and I'm using the term parents very loosely, because just because you have a child does not make you a parent. Just because you have a child does not make you a parent. How you treat your child, how you raise your child, the way you respect your child, that makes you a parent. The way you love your child, the way you protect your child, the way you show them the world, what you shield them from and what you expose them to, that makes you a parent. A lot of y'all have kids, but y'all are not parents. That's gonna hurt a couple feelings. Next topic. Not wanting to exhaust or run myself into the ground is not lazy.
These kids don't know the meaning of hard work. They want to be tic-tackers and face-the-grammers and all that. They don't know what we had to go through. When I was your age, I had 8 jobs, and as soon as I came out the womb, I was working. Y'all want everything to be handed to y'all. I can't believe it, huh?
Yeah, and that's why you were diagnosed with depression at age 24. Me not wanting to work myself like a slave is not lazy. You ever heard the term work smarter, not harder? Yeah, nothing wrong with working smarter, not harder. Don't get me wrong, hard work pays off. But if you don't have to work extremely hard, don't. If you don't have to run yourself into the ground to make things work, don't. People get it how they get it. If you got yours through hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, I commend you. And if you got yours by kicking your feet up and doing something simple, I commend you. Get it how you get it. Work smarter, not harder. Me not wanting to have 6 jobs and work 100 hours a week, that's not me being lazy. I'm not trying to die of a stroke at 31. If you can get it without having to run yourself ragged, do it. Don't get me wrong, hard work pays off. But if you can do it without having to run yourself ragged, run yourself into the ground, do it. Hard work pays off, but you burn yourself out, then what? And then some of these jobs and these different things, they don't even be paying you enough for you to be even working as hard as you do. They end up promoting the person that, then you want to get mad when they end up promoting the person that you know ain't really doing nothing. You need to evaluate what you working hard for. Next topic. Trying to implant your old expired standards and beliefs for Christianity inside of this new generation. Now, let me explain something really quick before I jump into this. God's principles are still the same. The way you are delivering them is expired and wrong. God's principles have never changed. But the way you're trying to call yourself bringing this younger generation to Christ is wrong. Y'all will sit there and y'all will say things like,
Oh no, honey. You're going to hell dressing like that. Are you crazy? Oh no. The Lord will never accept you. The church will never accept you.
and then wonder why nobody wants to come to Christ. Or y'all will also do things like,
how can you come in here in the Lord's house and dress like that and talk like that? No. I've been a member of this church for 35 years, and I have never seen such blasphemy.
And then try to, you create this narrative, like, just because you've been in the church 30, 40 years, that you're just so holy and so much better than everybody else, and you're not. You're the worst one here. But let you tell it. Let somebody come up to you and try to say something about what you doing and what you say.
Have all those tattoos and things showing and your legs out. The Lord will never accept you.
Okay, but weren't you on abortion number 6 before you finally had your child at 17? No, I'm not judging, but you want to say how God won't accept me for my tattoos or my piercings or the way I dress or the way God can use anybody. Oh, my earrings too big. Your hair too long. Your makeup. Your nails. God looks at what's in your heart, and right now, He would not be too happy with what you're doing. 30 hertz straight up. But hey, I'm a youngin'. I don't know, right? Last and final topic. Stop comparing your children to yourselves and other people's children. Stop.
When I was your age, I had this and that.
That was 40 years ago. Let's start with comparing your children to yourselves. Didn't you have your kid at 16? Didn't you? Don't act all high and mighty and uppity like, oh, you have it figured out, you have it going on. Because even if you do now, you didn't initially. Your kids are not you. You're not your kids. So, yeah, certain struggles that you had, your kids are not going to have. Certain luxuries that your kids have, you're not going to have. And certain luxuries that you had, your kids are not going to have. And stop comparing your kids to other people's kids. You don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Y'all be so quick to be like,
why can't you be more like Amanda's daughter? Amanda's daughter gets straight A's, perfect grades, and she's the perfect daughter, and why can't you be more like her? Yes, I see you got an A, but that's not good enough. That's not good enough.
Y'all don't know how they act when you not around them. And you wonder why your kids don't want to be around you. You wonder why your kids don't tell you anything. Because no matter what they tell you, no matter what they do, no matter what they bring to you, you always find a way to compare it to somebody else. Yeah, your A was good, but it's not as good as Alyssa's A. Yeah, that throw was great, but it wasn't as great as Johnny's throw. Why your kids don't want to be around you. You wonder why there's constant friction, there's constant tension. Who constantly wants to be compared? First of all, it's already hard enough for your kids. They compare themselves regularly, I'm sure, to other kids just on their own. But then to hear it from their parent, that they think they're not doing enough, and then they come home with something that they're proud of, and to hear from their parent, oh, your cousin has this, that's great, because last time I checked, I'm me and she's her. Yeah, that's great, but no, can't say that because that's disrespectful. Y'all need to stop. Because y'all think that's helping, and it's really not. Comparison drowns that's gonna do is be a constant reminder of how they're not good enough. But you think you're helping. Your intentions may be good, but your execution is way off. When I was your age, I don't care about what you did when you were my age. I was not here. Was I here? No. So why do you think I want to know about what you did when you were my age? I don't care. Stop comparing your children to other people's children, and stop comparing your kids to yourself. Y'all ain't hearing me though.
Well, that concludes today's video, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed. I know I did. As always, we'll meet back here next week for another video. And next week's video, I'll give y'all a little hint. We're going to be diving into my problems with my generation, with this current generation. We're going to be diving into some issues there. Got a whole list I'm preparing. But I hope you all enjoyed today's video. And I'll see you all next week.